What to do? Welcome back, everybody. Today I had made a lot of progress. Today I just came into the garage and just started working, so I don't have any filler clips of me welding stuff or just kind of figuring things out, but I got a really cool system underway. I've talked to a couple of my friends who also have turbo GTOs, and they gave me some pointers, which I really thought was awesome. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. This is what I got so far. Everything's tacked together. Instead of running a V-band up on the exhaust manifold itself, I decided to run it down here because right here is a really tight space with my power steering lines and everything. So what I want to do is just maximize space here, and then also give me more space down here. I feel like down here will be a little bit easier for me personally to work on it. Hopefully the turbo will be here in the next hour or so, I'm hoping, so I could figure out the mounting location. But pretty much it's gonna go driver's side towards the passenger side, and I would like to keep the passenger side so I could run an exhaust out. I don't want to run any kind of hood exit or fender exit, even though that is a popular thing, but I feel like that is a popular thing because it's very difficult to run a full exhaust pipe out of the car. So as I said, guys, it's still going to be a street car, so I would like to keep the exhaust noises not so unbearable. So that is the deal behind that. I still would like to try to figure out if I could, manipulate my cat back to work. Now the other cool thing is talking to a couple people. A lot of people moved the radiator forward, and since you guys know or may not know, I had deleted the AC, so I have no AC condenser in here, so it allows me to have at least 2 more inches of play forward. So what I'll probably end up doing is these brackets here hold the radiator. I may measure this and make my own bracket, moving this an inch forward, and then that'll give me that much more space. So I have O2 bungs coming right now, a total of 5. I don't really need 5, I need 3. Pretty much 2 for the front O2s and then 1 for my wideband. Then I could pretty much make everything work from there. But so far so good. If I could, manipulate the front end here for the radiator support and the intercooler, make all my bracketing that way, then I'll have tons of space. But we'll see. We may be making some moves. If I can make some moves, that would be sick. Like full-on custom job. As I've told a lot of people, I plan on keeping this car for as long as possible, or until, fingers crossed, something happens to it or whatever. And so as simple as it could get for me to work on it will be the best bet. Okay, so I'd like to run the turbo somewhere in here, not necessarily here, but somewhere like this, or even, cockeyed like this, so then I could run my exhaust through the passenger side there. The only thing that I would have concern with is heat and burning up plugs, and I don't want that, so I'm gonna try to figure that out. Bam! So today, something just showed up at the door, and I'm super excited. That I can get my turbo mounted up today. I think if I work hard enough, I think the turbo could get mounted up today. So, look at that! Oh my gosh! Ooh, that boy is huge. No lie, that dude is huge. Oh my gosh, way bigger than I expected. Every time I see these turbos in person, I'm always amazed how big they are. So I'm real excited. Alright guys, I set this in here to get an idea, but this thing is massive. Obviously this is not where it's gonna sit. It's gonna sit much lower, and it has to be angled a little bit. And then, yeah, so talking to a few people, once again, the downpipe on this thing has to be a 4-inch minimum, and then most likely it's going to be an oval to go in there, but it's massive. That thing is huge. So yeah, making progress. I'm pretty excited. It looks cool though. Look at this. Damn. Alright guys, this is what I got so far. I'm thinking about mounting the turbo here. I'm not exactly sure yet, or clocking it slightly back. I don't want to move it because it's actually resting it's heavy, even though I took the exhaust part off. But just clocking it back a little bit to there, some to that effect, What up, Pop?
Hey.
You gonna check on my progress?
Yes, let's see what you got. That looks
So
good.
yeah, I took the exhaust side off. Here's my hot side. So this is gonna plumb over here. So I'm thinking push this guy like this. Also, running an aftermarket radiator is even a better idea. So I may be ordering an aftermarket radiator that is slightly shorter, but thicker. Or not as wide, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So since it won't be as wide, I could actually run the turbo straight up right here, which would be dope, and then have something from here to the end here and real thick all the way across. And then I got plenty of space for everything, and then I'll end up having to manipulate the hoses and everything. But whatever to make this thing as simple as possible. So I could say I have to change a water pump. I don't really have to change too much. Mainly the charge pipe, pull off the charge pipe, water pump comes off, that kind of stuff. So I've been doing a lot more thinking than working today, just trying to get everything in order. But this is what I'm leaning towards. So right now I just temporarily have the flange bolted on. I got to make a bracket for the turbo, but this should actually essentially sit something to that effect that will connect there, and then V-band on this side to the other side of the flange here, and then I'll run my exhaust out that direction. Also have some more parts coming in. I got my intercooler piping coming in, blow-off valve as well, and the last piece of the puzzles would be my fuel system. I will not be addressing that until all of this hot stuff is done. Once the hot stuff is done and I know I'm pretty satisfied with it, then I'll go ahead and do the fuel system, and we'll get rolling and getting planned for the tune and all that kind of stuff. What do you think, Mama?
But what?
About my whole situation here.
Like good or bad? I think it's good. I think it looks like empty. Like you can just reach anything in there. So that's pretty cool. It looks simple.
You psyched on it?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to see what it does.
Yeah, we got to do another reaction video with you.
I'm out of breath. I had to run up the stairs. But yes, I'm excited. It looks awesome.
So I thought I was gonna go inside, but decided just to work my Friday night. So this is what's going on for now. Decided to send the aftermarket radiator, one, because it's smaller and then it'll be a lot easier for me to fit the turbo, and then two, I could simplify the engine bay a whole lot more. There's the wifey. She just peeked her head around the corner. So what I did to simplify the engine bay a little bit more right now is I trimmed this guy back here, and then now I'm going to trim the frame here, and then I'm going to notch it back. Well, I'm going to weld it back so then we don't have any loss of integrity for the frame. Once this goes in, then I'll be able to make my mounting bracket for my turbo and have a solid mounted turbo. So should be pretty good. A lot of this stuff is not required. There's a lot of easier routes to go if you wanted to turbo this car. But I'm trying to simplify it for myself. So, and as I said before, I plan on keeping the car forever.
This is time for games and this is time to kill. Make up your